This is President Jason Wright, and you're listening to Rambling About Washington.
Today, I'd like to welcome to the Rambling About Washington podcast, Michael, the disciple from the Big Blue All Year podcast. We're going into enemy territory with the Thursday night game coming up. How you doing today, Mike?
Feeling a little cautious going into this matchup. A little. If you would ask me 4 days ago, you might have a different answer. But it is what it is. Thursday night is a short turnaround, man. You never know what you're going to get on a Thursday night after a short week, and you never know what you're going to get in the divisional game.
Hell yeah,
So.
both teams ate a good slice of humble pie on Sunday, and don't let the score fool you. The Chargers manhandled us for most of our game on Sunday. We had a chance to win late, and we had a stupid-ass turnover. We gave them the ball on the 5-yard line with like 8 minutes left, and then they finally scored another touchdown and took the lead. But it was just overall disappointing. You know, the karma is still bad at FedEx Field. We lost another quarterback to injury. Fitzpatrick is pretty much done. So
Yeah. So when I actually rewatched the condensed game on that Game Pass shit, and I was like, the second that I said that's the hit where he got hurt, 100%. This is any snap of the ball, any player can go down, man. It sucks to see.
Oh yeah, I hate that shit. So how's Saquon right now? Because that's my biggest question going into Thursday.
I feel like they kind of didn't. I don't think he's mentally there yet to where he's like, I'm gonna go out and just dust everybody. He still seems cautious. He still seems a little afraid that, I'd be, if I were him too, I'd be afraid to catch a ball and then like you look downfield, all of a sudden there's a guy right at your freaking legs, man. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
He's gotta. I don't know. I don't know if it's a mental block. I don't know if it's this, that. They had a lot of Devontae Booker during that game against Denver, a little more than I had liked to see. But at the same time, when you're coming off of ACL, you want to ease them in. And I think they want to go full systems go and then give them 10 days off for the matchup against the Falcons in week 3. So we'll see what happens there. But I would expect a little bit more of touches for Saquon.
Oh, so you do expect him to play and get some action tomorrow?
I do. I'm not sure how much, but I would hope that it's at least a little bit more efficient. The run blocking for the Giants offensive line was not there at all. I mean, he had 26 yards, ironically. Yeah.
Good, man.
So no, they couldn't get the run game going. The offense couldn't stay on the fields. It was a lot of the same shit that I've seen over the last 4 years, man. It's Giants Nation is getting impatient. The losing, it's a disease, man. Like,
oh, I trust you. I know.
I know. Yeah. If anybody knows, man, it's you.
This is going to be one of the more relatable Eyes on Your Rivals podcasts because we're going through a very similar situation here. I mean, you guys' leading rusher was Daniel Jones. You don't want to hear that when you guys took Saquon second in the draft. And speaking of that, I know it's revisionist history. Do you regret that? Because to me, running back should never go second in the draft.
So I was very much in the camp that we needed to get Eli's successor or Quentin Nelson, or if one of those guys went first, you take Bradley Chubb, the hands down best edge rusher in the class, because we haven't had that in a while either. There's holes all over the roster at this point. Mm-hmm. And yeah, they took the running back.
That's crazy.
Which was, yeah. I mean, they could have traded down and probably got him too. If somebody was really enamored with somebody else, like you got to remember Josh Rosen was a hot commodity there.
Josh Allen.
Sam Darnold, maybe you hoodwinked the Jets into moving up another. You know what I mean? There was a lot of options there. I don't regret, I don't know. There's a certain camp within the Giants fandom that no matter what Barkley does, he'll always be a bad pick. Now, if he goes out and becomes the NFL MVP and God forbid I say he's a Hall of Famer, they still won't believe that that was the right pick, which I get from positional value. You know what I mean? Like you get a guy like Alvin Kamara in the 4th round of the NFL draft, right?
Hell yeah.
Guy's an absolute world beater.
It's,
You know what I mean? It's
positional
interesting
value is
debate, and
weird.
it still comes up. It still
Hell
comes
yeah.
up very constantly within the halls of the Twitterverse of Giants.
I would imagine so too, because I can compare it to this past year's draft. To me, it's fucking ridiculous to me that the Falcons took a tight end with the 4th pick of the draft. Like, to me, like, I know Kyle Pitts is an alien and he looks otherworldly, but if he doesn't get a gold jacket, what the fuck are we even doing here? Your quarterback is aging and on the downside of his career. Matt Ryan is not the same Matt Ryan he was 4 years ago. He's actually diminishing, you know. He's not Brady and Rodgers, so his longevity is not going to extend like theirs. You're staring a quarterback at the face or a king's ransom for a team like us who should have went up in the draft, and you take a tight end with the 4th pick of the draft and you trade the greatest receiver in the history of your franchise. I'm not sure why they did that, but we're not talking about the Falcons this week. We're talking about Washington and New York. So what do you think the overall reason you guys got dominated on Sunday?
I would say it was the New York Giants defense inability to get off the field on 3rd down and 4th down. Pat Shurmur and Vic Fangio's game plan offensively was fucking surgical. I mean, the players, Teddy Bridgewater looked fantastic. I don't think he's ever looked that good in his whole career.
In his life.
And
in his life.
I mean, and the pass rush wasn't even that bad. The Giants did get penetration. They just could not. They failed to wrap on about 2 or 3 sacks that were huge differences in the game on 3rd down. You allow the Denver Broncos to convert 14 yards on 4th and 2 with 2 minutes left in the 2nd quarter. The Giants don't even get the ball back till I think there was about 5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter because they got the ball back in the 3rd and just imposed their will, went on a 10-minute drive and scored a touchdown. You're not winning games if your offense is kept off the field for over an hour in real time, I believe the actual timestamp was. And when you did get the ball, the Daniel Jones had a red zone fumble. I'm not even going to put that on him because guess what? He was trying to make something happen when absolutely nothing was going the Giants' way. And guess what? He runs and he gets hit and he fumbles the ball. I'm not even going to hate him for it. He didn't even have that bad of a game.
He didn't.
When you look at the stat sheet. However,
I went back and watched it. He did not have a bad game.
It was, the run blocking just wasn't there, and they couldn't make play. I mean, even, I don't know. You had Kenny Golladay make some good catches on 3rd down, but you like to see that. I mean, the Giants probably get shut out without Sterling Shepard. The guy did it all for them.
Oh man,
honestly,
he was balling. He was balling. He was definitely balling. Did y'all get any play from your tight ends?
Not the I don't remember. I was a little drunk at the game. I did go back and watch it. It was hard to friggin' watch, man. I didn't get through that much of it. You know what? You know the results.
Oh yeah, you're a season ticket holder, right? Yeah, I'm a season ticket holder this year too. So I was definitely at Washington. I almost had a fucking heat stroke in the 2nd quarter of the game. It was hot as shit.
Yes, it gets hot down there, man. People Maryland's not that far down south, but nah, it gets way hotter than it does in Jersey.
It gets hot as hell down here. But for us, the biggest thing was 3rd down defense. I seen you on Twitter talk about you guys' 3rd down defense. Well, look, I would like to raise you one and tell you hold my beer. We gave up. This is what we gave up on 3rd down to Herbert and the Chargers. 14 of 19.
Wow. Okay, yeah, that's worse than the Giants.
It is historically bad. And they weren't like a bunch of 3rd and shorts. They were all 3rd and chunk. To seal the game with 4 minutes left, we would have had a chance down 20-16 to let Heinicke get a chance to win the game. They had a 3rd and 16. 3rd and 16 with 4 minutes left in the game. And we're in the softest cover 4 defense. And our middle linebacker, John Bostic, who's fucking terrible, he decides to look into the flats instead of watch the sticks and lets Keenan Allen get right into the seam and catch a 1st down pass, which seals the game. It was absolute. Herbert is fucking surgical. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God,
He
this
was the
guy.
Giants guy if he came out of school, man. He definitely was.
Thank the Lord, because that dude is it. Like, you know how with
Yeah.
some guys you're like, it's too soon. Let's see a little. No, he's it. I seen it up close. I seen it from 7 rows back.
He's pretty good.
He's phenomenal because he didn't even have the greatest game and threw for 340. I mean, they only put up 20 because we have a bend not break defense, our elite defense on paper. Like, we let them walk up and down the field on us all day, but as soon as they got in between the red zones, we managed to get a stop. But really, the score should have been like 34-10. Like, we should have got our ass beat, and I like to tell people, don't get too excited about how close that score was because we were manhandled, and our defensive line looked like shit. Like, Chase Young and Montez Sweat wanted no smoke with Rashawn Slater. Like, they got bullied all day long. And
dude, Slater's a guy I wanted for the Giants, man. And then move Thomas to right tackle. Now we got fucking Nate Solder getting blown. I don't know if you've seen any of those game clips, but Solder's a huge liability at right tackle. So that matchup between usually Montez Sweat on that side versus whoever the Giants have at right tackle is a big matchup this game.
I mean, because y'all are going to get a very upset D-line because they got fucking bullied and got their lunch money taken versus the Chargers. So expect them
Chargers also made a lot of investments on that line.
Oh, they did.
Between Slater, they got some free agents. Yeah.
Balaga. Like, they got some new pieces in there. And you guys' offensive line, that's your biggest issue at the moment, right?
I would say, well, now I think it's the defense. I don't know why, but honestly, when I rewatched the game, the Giants' offensive line wasn't even really the problem when it came to pass blocking. That was their big thing, like in years past. Like, they can't pass block. Like, they have seconds to throw. You know, I'm seeing stats all over Twitter here that are putting the Giants' offensive line as a unit in like the top 5, top 10 of pass blocking. Win rate. I don't know all these fucking stats. I just know what I see.
Grades,
all right,
man. Fuck that shit.
Yeah. Especially with the offensive line blocking, it's like I'm not even sure. But all I know is the run blocking. There was 0 holes anywhere against a pretty fucking stout Denver defense. But Washington's front 4 and front 7 is probably much better, at least on paper.
On paper, and it's time for us to put up or shut up and actually show the league we're as elite as we'd like to be put on paper. But how was you guys' rookie class? Because I can tell you, the debut of all our rookies, it was bad. Like, they all looked like shit on Sunday. I don't know.
Even Jamin Davis?
Yeah, Jamin Davis looked fucking lost. I like Jamin Davis. I think he's going to be good, but I think it's going to take more time. Because it bothers me that we can't even keep this guy on the field on third downs. Every third down, every time we went to a nickel package, we're putting John Bostic in and we're taking Jamin out. That's concerning. Yeah, and Jack Del Rio, I don't know. There might be a conditioning issue or the heat was whooping our ass or something, because there were some irregular rotations happening in our game, and he was getting a little too cute on Sunday. How'd y'all rookie class look on Sunday?
Well, Kadarius Toney had like a jet sweep for like -8 yards, a reception for -2 yards. So I'm not ready to write him off, but like I think they need to get a better offensive coordination going. Azeez Ojulari had a sack and quite a few pressures. He looked pretty good. He was rotated in there, and they said he sets the edge better than anybody else on the roster on that side. So like that's a matchup I gotta like. And, if I'm not mistaken, Washington has, 2 rookie tackles now?
We got 1 rookie tackle. Our right tackle, Sam Cosme, that's our second-round pick out of Texas.
Okay.
But on the left side, we got Charles Leno, who's a vet. But he didn't look great on Sunday either. Like, that old line was kind of getting pushed, man.
But you got the strong point of your line is obviously Scherf. And then you got Flowers at guard, who's way better at guard than he was at tackle for us. Oh, my God. I mean, if anything, it'll be an Eric Flowers revenge game. But he'll have to go against Leonard Williams, which will be a test for him too.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. And who we even get in the 3rd round last year? Now I was just so draft, and now it's like time, and like I can't even remember off the top of my head.
What that does show me though.
Oh no, there's a lot of injuries for the rookies too. Mm-hmm. Aaron Robinson, I think, is out. I think he was our 3rd round guy. Gary Brightwell, I mean, he's like a special teamer running back, which I would have. You know who I really wanted in that spot? Jarrett Patterson, who you guys snagged after the draft.
My guy Patterson, man. Yeah, he's looked good so far. You need to get his hands right, but he's looked good so far.
Yeah.
So, who needs to have a big game for you guys to win on Thursday?
Andrew Thomas, who had a decent game against whoever was Bradley Chubb's replacement.
Oh, okay.
No, Von Miller was going on the other side. That's why. Yeah. So honestly, Andrew Thomas versus Chase Young is always going to be a friggin' great matchup. It's one of my favorite matchups in all football. Left tackle versus edge rusher, man. It doesn't get much better than that. So, I do expect Thomas to have a pretty good showing, but Chase Young is going to get double teamed. But if you double team him, then it opens up somebody else. You know what I mean? It's a pick your poison kind of game.
Oh yeah, and I hate to
but also.
Oh yeah, now go ahead.
Oh no, I was also going to say Bradbury versus McLaurin. Huge matchup.
And then on Sunday.
No, he didn't, and that's a huge problem because he was like a guy who I considered to be like our best player on defense. And he seemed to be in a little funk. Not great. There was a lot of blown coverages, and KJ Hamler should have had like a 70-yard bomb touchdown. I was like, thank you for dropping that, but the game felt over way before that.
Y'all was letting pedestrian ass Teddy Two Gloves look like prime Peyton Manning. I was so fucking confused. Like, I've never seen him look so spry and mobile. Like he was in his fucking
dude.
bag.
I'm telling you, this was a Pat Shurmur revenge game. He circled this date on his calendar for 8 months and said, I am going to win this game at all costs. And Vic Fangio's Denver Broncos had never won a game in September before Sunday.
Man. And for us,
they chose a good game, right?
Yeah. See, for us, it's an easy answer, but I'm gonna double up. Like you said, you made multiple points. One, for sure, it's Taylor Heinicke. We need to know. Fans have been fucking clamoring and knocking the fucking doors down for this guy since he showed us in the playoff game. I like him. He's electric. He brings the energy. People believe in him. He has a great story. He went to ODU. He's cool. He was in the XFL. He has the cool. But people, they fail to realize that the dude was 29 and really hasn't been given a shot in the NFL, and he went undrafted. So that tells you a lot about the guy. This isn't some 24-year-old kid. But the little bit that we've seen of him, it's been exciting and electric and some of the best quarterbacking we've seen here thus far. So we turn a blind eye to the fact that his sample size is so small that we haven't got to see the bad in him yet. Also, he's not a great practice player. He's a gamer. He looks like shit in practice sometimes. But in games, he's electric. He moves. He kind of has, like, mobility-wise, he's kind of like Daniel Jones.
No, he is. I was going to say his running is a huge aspect to his game that Fitzpatrick just doesn't have. So now the Giants defense has to prepare for that, because when I saw him run against Tampa Bay, like, he's pretty fucking fast. Like,
he's electric, man.
Compared to a lot of, like, that's speed, man. So
hell yeah. There's an issue is that he's not durable. In like 6 of the 7 games he's played in his career, he's got some type of injury or been put out the game. And he's small as shit. Like, I don't know what they have him listed as on the team site, but I've seen him up close and he looks tiny as shit. Like, he looks like fucking Kyler Murray in person. Like,
oh, wow.
He looks small as hell in person. And he doesn't have a strong arm, but he has enough touch to get it done. But I'm excited to see what he could do, because we're at least going to know. If there's something there, we'll see it. If he struggles versus you guys on Thursday, we may have to give Cam a call. Like, we may have to.
Oh, I mean, there's Giants fans clamoring for Cam right now, man. Like, everything is on the table for the Giants right now. Like, 5 to 10 years of quarterback hell on the table. Like, everything is on the table right now. Like, we might, like, when they won the second Super Bowl and like they weren't that good afterwards, I was like, what if like all this was just like 2 lucky years and we just suck for 50? And now I'm thinking about it, like, shit, we're 20% of the way there.
Hey,
because it's been 10 years of pretty much nothing.
I'll take that shit for 07.
I know, but you got to understand, New York fans are so like Yeah, no, like they like just because the Yankees had 27 championships, like they just expect to win like every year. It doesn't work like that, man. Like if it was so easy, everybody would do it every year.
Hell yeah, the Knicks would win.
Honestly, the sad part is a lot of New York fans are now like totally written off the Giants, totally written off the baseball. Like get me to Knicks season, which is like the Twilight Zone. Like, you know what I mean?
Week 1 is like the most fun time of year because the overreactions are crazy. Like I refused to do like a post-game pod on Sunday because I was so fucking upset leaving the stadium. I might have said a lot of stupid shit that I did not mean because I was just I sat in that fucking blistering heat all day long and we look like the same Washington team.
Yeah, man. I've been there. Trust me. I think it was 2019 or 2018. It was, it was 2018. It was, we got shut out by Tennessee. I showed up. Nobody even went in the game, really. They got shut out like, I think it was like 9-0 or something like sad like that, 14-0. Derrick Henry just had his way with us. Mm-hmm. And it was cold. It was like 35 degrees and freezing rain, like the worst possible thing to sit and watch football. I'd rather it be like powdery snow than that shit. It was tough. But like I said, I've been there, man. It's not fun. You spend all this money, you go out for a team that doesn't seem to care, man.
It hurts.
It's like, how much will you let them hurt you before you do something about it? It's a bet.
You're staying with the spouse that abuses you because you see inklings of change and think that profound change is coming at some point. So anything they do to show you that they're moving into the right direction, you fucking hold on to it. Like I say, it's like your crackhead cousin that he went to rehab for a couple. He went to rehab for a couple months. So you're like, he's gonna change, but no, he goes right back to the drugs. Like he's gonna go right back to them. But they're family, man. So you gotta ride with them and see them to the end of their flight. But it's week 2, Thursday night football. It's prime time. NFL Network.
I just don't want to get embarrassed. Just make it a close game, man. Because like too many times in the last few years, the Giants have just gotten absolutely blown out. In that, like fourth quarter is just straight garbage time. It's not good for football. It's not good for anybody. Like at least give us a close game, man. I don't care if we lose if it's close and we're knocking on the door to end the game. Like that's why I didn't care that much about the losses last year because they were all pretty like. There was only like 2 blowouts out of 10, which is like pretty fucking good.
Year. Yeah, y'all impressed me last year.
I don't know. Like that. That's what's so frustrating about coming back and seeing this on Sunday. It's like we just like we thought we made all this progress, but in reality, like nothing changed. Like it's just the same shit.
So relatable.
Yeah.
So fucking relatable.
Yeah, we're not too much different, you and I.
Hell yeah. I'm sitting here like. Washington and New York are going to be the teams to beat in the NFC East. And then fucking Philly lights the Falcons up in Atlanta and Dallas goes toe-to-toe with the fucking champions and Dak looks like fucking MVP of the league. And
well, that was kind of predictable, I thought. Yeah, I thought that I like because – but – yeah, I was like, I need Amari Cooper to have a good game because, like, I'm not one of these guys that's like, I take my fantasy and my fandom like very seriously. Like, there's Giants fans that won't draft a Cowboy or Eagle.
Yeah, same. I don't do that.
I'm not like that. I got Terry, I got Gibson, I got guys that are players that are going to try to win. You know what I'm saying?
And Cooper. I got
exactly. Exactly. I don't care about that. Yeah, and guess what? I have no Giants because none of them offensively are helping any fantasy team right now. And that's just the facts. But, this isn't about a fantasy matchup.
Hell yeah. So it's week 2, but is it too early to call this a must-win game? Because I feel like for us, it's definitely a must-win game.
Yeah, it's must-win both ways because you dig yourself another 0-2 hole. Like, and there's Giants fans that'll be like, yeah, well, we won a Super Bowl when we were 0-2. I was like, fuck that. That shit was so different, man. Like, it doesn't even compare. Like 0-2, like I'm literally like tuning out. Like, there's gonna be games where I wake up and like, I'll go to the tailgate. I'll be like, you know what? I'm not sure if I want to go in the game. Like, do I want to do that? Because, like, dude, there was a lot of Denver fans at that Sunday game, like, pissing me off. I don't want to drink and do some dumb shit.
Oh, my God. Speaking of dumb shit.
I got a hot Italian temper, you know what I'm saying?
We had some dumb shit happening at FedEx Field. One, did you see on Barstool that a pipe burst, a sewage pipe burst?
Oh, my God. I would have cried. I'm suing Dan Snyder for every penny I got of that shit comes on me.
They got to get relocated. They got to get relocated to, like, the owner's suite. and I guess they
Damn.
figured they worked out something for them. But also there were our fans fighting our fans at the game. Like,
Yeah, I mean, dude, that's gonna happen, man. I mean, listen, a lot of these guys, like, there's those 8 games a year, sometimes 9 now, I guess. But there's those 8 games a year where you get away from the family, you do all this other shit, and rationality leaves, alcohol enters, and things are said and things are done, regrettable things. I don't hold it against anybody. Like, it's never happened to me. I really try to, like, know my limit and not pass it and not do some dumb shit. I was about to fight this Bronco fan, but I was like, my girl was with me and she was like, no, don't do this. Don't do this.
Yeah. I know.
I'm not even a confrontational person either. And that's what football does to a rational man.
Hell yeah, it does it to
Bad football, that is.
That shit, football is fucking life, and I pay too much for fucking season tickets to let someone try to fight me at the stadium. Like, I'll fucking sing like I'm on first 48. Attend it. Fucker out my section. Get him out my section. I'm not sure if he's a gold member, but me and him are not the same. Please get him out my section right now. As soon as someone tries to do that. But yeah, let's get to it though. Let's get some score predictions and player of the game predictions for this Thursday night matchup coming up tomorrow. What you got?
Like, I want to say the Giants will score 20, but I'm really not even confident we're getting 20 points, man. It's like, if the Giants do win, it'll be like 17-14.
Okay.
And that's what I would say, just because, Washington offense wasn't too great either. But Heinicke, he'll throw risky passes too. And I think you're going to open up some doors for turnovers.
Oh, for sure. He throws ducks.
So I don't know. Yeah, no. I think it was like one of those analytics driven Twitter pages. I forget. It said Taylor Heinicke threw almost 30% of the balls with a defender less than a yard away as a dangerous
he be letting that
throw.
Shit fly. Yeah, so you got 17.
But like I said, if Giants win, I think it's going to be 17-14. If Washington wins, it's probably like 24-10.
Okay, yeah, that's near where I'm going. I think it's going to be. I think we're going to win 23-13, and it's going to be an ugly fucking game. Like, the 23 isn't going to be some dominant looking 23. I'm talking
it's going to be a lot of field goals.
late third quarter. I'm talking the score is going to be like 16-13, and we're going to get a turnover. We're going to cause a Daniel Jones fumble and get the ball on the 10 and run it in with Gibson. I think Heinicke is to get a touchdown or two. And I don't know. I don't see much touchdown. 2 touchdowns, 3 field goals.
Yeah.
That's how I see us getting to 23. 23-13 Washington. And even though we win the game, there are still a lot of questions. And then the conversation of should they think about going to Cam is not going to die, because Heinicke is going to look good enough to win the game, but he's not going to look comfortable enough for you to say, this is the guy we're going to roll forward. He has a chance to be our future, because I'm not sure we have that. I pray to God that we just get blessed with some Tony Romo, poor man's Kurt Warner type of situation where the guy bagging groceries.
You never know, man. Yeah.
You never know. I'm praying on it, but I just don't like the odds of an injury-plagued, undersized, not strong-arm quarterback taking that over. But I love the guy's story. I love his moxie and personality, and the team rallies behind him. So I'm hoping that shit happens.
Yeah, I mean, listen, like, obviously the history looks good for the Giants, but like history the record is good, but there's a lot of records that are about to be broken here, possibly. Like, obviously I'd love Daniel Jones to go 5-0 against you guys. The history is good. The numbers are good for us. But at the same time, you're talking like he threw a lot of touchdowns against the 2019 Chase Youngless and much different Washington defense when they were pretty much dead in the water. Yeah. He really racked up some stats against some bad teams. So that's like what's got me doubting Daniel. Like, I said this on the Eagles podcast when we were on there. I was like, I don't know if he'll ever be like a real top quarterback. I need like top 12, man. Like, if you get picked in the 6th overall in the draft, like, you gotta be at least top half of the league.
Facts.
Half of the league. Like, give me half the league. And like, I just don't know where we're at right now. I don't know how much Garrett is holding this back, you're talking about Daniel Jones, one of the statistically most efficient deep ball throwers in the league, only getting 2 shots, and one of them's on a free play on Sunday.
Because y'all ain't got the time
It's
to let him
madness.
do that shit.
It's madness. But the thing is, he actually had some time, but the routes just it just didn't seem there. I don't know what it is. There's some kind of plague offensively diseasing this team. I'm not sure what it is. I hope it can get fixed. And both teams just have such a great opportunity to rewrite the whole script of the season thus far. You know what I mean? Like, this is such you don't get this like 4 days after. Usually you have to wait till next Sunday. And now we're going on national TV in a divisional, it's an away game for us, which is another demerit. Yeah, man. I was thinking of going. I don't know. If
I was
just
going to ask you. Come on down the highway, man. Come on down the turnpike. Come on down the highway. FedEx Field. We'll welcome you with open arms. Pull up on the red zone lot because we're going to be tailgating off the early out there, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I get out of work at 3:30. I don't know. I feel like I can only get there like right as the game starts. So it's not even worth it.
Just watch that shit at home. Just watch that shit at home.
I don't even want to be there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was in Dallas. I was in Dallas when Tony Romo led that comeback with Jason Witten scoring in the last second.
Oh my God.
And honestly, that's just fucking sickening. I got chirped by fucking Miles Austin jersey wearing denim jorts, man.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it was not fun, but I've been to Dallas 3 times and they won once.
How's that
which
stadium?
Is beautiful. I can't recommend it enough. Definitely go. The Texas Cowboy fans are great. The Jersey Cowboy fans are assholes, predictably.
Oh, the rest of the country Cowboy fans are assholes, especially the ones who.
Oh yeah, well that's the risk of what the Giants are losing by being this bad. They lost an entire generation of fan base to the Cowboys, the Steelers, the Raiders, the Dolphins because they sucked so bad in the 70s. I would really hate to see that again. I'm sick of the losing, and I'm really hoping they rewrite the script, but I just can't be confident that they're going to do it this Thursday.
Okay, we're gonna see. I'm excited.
We are going to see, man. I look forward to a great game and some tweets and DMs between us.
Hell yeah, for sure. We're definitely gonna get that kicked off, and I'm definitely gonna have you come on a couple times. We'll probably have like a little quarterly thing. We got to get the All About the Birds guys.
Absolutely.
Have like a full NFC East roundtable thing going. I got one off-topic question, and then you can go for the day, man.
All right, what is it?
We got a new name coming in 2022. For someone who does not care and someone who has no dog in this fight, what should our new name be?
What's the list of the 8 finalists? You got that? Okay, all right. I'm going to tell you, the name Washington Football Team has kind of grown on me.
Really?
I got to say. I hated it when I first heard it.
I can't stand it.
Okay, so you're a real fan. So, like, you know what I mean? It's obviously different. I don't care. Obviously, like, the one thing that all the other fans are like, haha, no name team, haha.
Yeah. It's
like,
different. It's unique.
I don't know. It really is. They've almost created this whole brand and identity behind it. Like, I kind of like it. And obviously, the team in Washington now is probably the one that I hate the least out of the 3 others.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I was saying, like, if the Giants can't win, I pray to God it's Washington, not anybody else.
I know the fan favorite is some type of wolf, either Wolves, Red Wolves, Wolf Pack, or something like that. Shit, we could do it like you guys do it if they want to keep football. Like Washington Football Wolves. You know how y'all are the New York Football Giants?
Well, that goes back to the 1920s when the New York Baseball Giants were also in town. I think that's why their name is literally that incorporated.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, before they moved in 1957, that's still a sore subject. We don't talk about that.
No, but
I do like Red Wolves. I like Sentinels. I've heard that one.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
But I feel like they might want to move away from anything having to do with politics or military or anything like that. I do, I
hope so, because I think the name Commanders has picked up a lot of steam. But until I see something different, the name is going to be either something DC-centric or they're going to go with the fans and make it some type of wolf because Dan Snyder likes money. I can imagine the marketability for younger fans, for kids, for women with Wolves. You can make a lot of money off that. We're gonna howl like idiots in the stadium. We can come up with some cool traditions. The uniforms
You
are
know
gonna be
what?
crazy.
See, that's cool though, because the Giants don't really have anything like that. It's just "Let's go Giants" chant. Giants don't have cheerleaders. None of this like rah rah shit. They have got a drum line. That's about it. Like my buddy went to Minnesota to see the Giants play, and they had that whole skull chant. They're like, "This is the coolest shit in the world." I wish we had something like that. So, like, if you guys find that identity, you find that the chant or whatever culture you guys get, like,
Oh yeah.
more power to you, man.
Or if they just try to pander to the history of the franchise, it could be something like Alabama's name and go with Washington burgundy and gold. But that's a fucking mouthful. I would not like that.
No, you can't do that.
That's too much. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see, and we're definitely gonna see how this game goes Thursday. Go ahead and plug your social medias and your podcast, and I'm gonna let you be on your way.
Yeah, man, it's at Big Blue All Year on Twitter. And you can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere you get your podcasts, man. Looking forward to a good, clean game.
Yeah.
Hopefully nobody gets injured. That's all you got to hope for on a short week, man. God bless.
Hell yeah, man. Until next time, hail to the nameless football team. Deuces.
Peace.